But yeah, so moral of the story, you can either catch a taco in the club or you can watch a man tear an animal apart with his hands.
You are not trying to get tasered at this wedding. She lured the children under the bridge and showed them that she could make
Witch pussy. And on a dark night, you can still...
I hate you so much. Episode 7.
Boom.
How's everybody doing tonight out there?
Fucking beautiful.
Tonight, here in the Dapper Dad's dungeon, we are recording a midnight pirate radio episode.
Yeah, we talk a lot about Dapper Dads After Dark. This is legitimately the
This
first
is
one.
truly like the midnight showing.
We normally shoot for like a 6 or 7 p.m. on a cool Friday.
Right. Unfortunately, my availability change didn't open up just yet, and I had to schedule this morning off. And so I ended up working tonight. So right where we're at, it's about quarter past 12. We're technically into Saturday at this point.
Oh shit,
man!
This is uncharted.
So we're gonna
territory.
get the good juicy stories.
Yeah,
tonight.
every time we talk about Dapper Dads After Dark, this is it, folks. I hope you're ready.
Picture the
cry
dungeon.
your eyeballs out.
The only difference between the dungeon here and now is that we have like a nice jazz band in the corner, like a Twin Peaks episode,
like a light jazz in the background
with some oboe going on, some clarinet, some nice Coltrane going on.
A waitress. But she won't bring us anything. She's just here.
She just refuses.
She keeps coming up with a tray, and I'm like, "Can I get a drink?" And she's like, "Could you fuck off?" And I'm like, "I don't know why we hired you. Why did you pass the interview?"
Eventually, we're at the point where we're like, "Can we just have water?" Yeah, sure, hon. Never comes back with a drink.
She brings us a check, and we're like, "I don't even think we got anything," and it's extravagant amount of money.
$78 for bread.
That's what you get in the Dapper Dad studio. If you want to come by, we have $78 bread.
I had somebody ask me about where we record this, and they were like, "What's the dungeon like?" I'm like, "It's a basement."
It's like crawling inside of a gopher's asshole.
Right.
It's what I try to tell people.
I tell people like to go see the new It remake, and it's like going into the sewers to find Pennywise. That's how I describe it. And usually the horrors are equal.
Well, that's how I got you in here. I was like, we've got fucking obscure references, and you crawled right into the sewer that is the Dapper Dad studio.
Damn
dungeon, not studio. Fucking dungeon.
Fucking dungeon. We're a pirate radio show. God damn it.
It's real leaky down here. It's a speakeasy.
Man, I wish we were recording this in a speakeasy.
Shit.
God, or just like a fucking hole in the wall somewhere,
Yeah.
Where it's just like the beer comes green out of the tap, and not because it's St. Patrick's Day,
That's how I like it.
a nasty just fucking place.
Is this Heineken? Not at all.
The one time I ever tried to drink a Heineken in my life, it tasted like marijuana, so I didn't want to keep drinking it.
Yeah, it tastes just like weed. Someone bought me one.
It's weird, isn't it?
And they were like, it's kind of skunky.
It tastes like how weed smells.
Yeah, it does a lot. Which, also is like how skunks smell.
Right.
Like, yeah, it's
just it's terrible.
It's very weird. I can dabble. Like, I'll throw one back, but I'm not hyped about it.
I haven't had a Heineken has not touched my lips since like 2012.
I don't know the last time I had one, but it was probably more recent than I'd like to admit. I'm actually thinking it might have been very recent. Now that I'm thinking back through all the hazy memories in my life, I think someone might have handed me one at a park one time.
I feel like our thought process is really similar, just because with how agreeable we are with each other, and I feel when I think of shit, it's just like really crudely drawn cartoons and they're just like weirdly animated and running around.
Mine's all just very hazy, and I always lead with, no, I've never done that, or I haven't done that in a long time, and then I'm like, actually it's all coming back to me now.
It looks like a Charles Schultz nightmare.
Yeah, it's exactly what it looks like.
And then like it's scene missing, and then it's a black and white scene of farm animals going do 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 do.
It's great to be back. We had to take a week off.
Man, it was so goddamn depressing. Like we talked about it when we got down here. Drama was out having the time of his life at a Prof Fest.
Prof Outdoors.
Man, shout out to Prof.
Shout out to Prof. Shout out to Minneapolis. You treated me well. I'm still here, so it went good.
And let's
it might have been better if I died.
Let's get this fucker rolling. Why don't you tell us all about the trip? Tell us all about the festival.
All right, I have a ton of stories, but for time's sake, I have what I've narrowed down to my 2 favorite stories. One is beautiful and one is a little morbid. Which one would you like to hear first?
I have kind of this odd fascination with a mixture of both things, so do beautiful then morbid, because I want my heart to be nice and open for when the disgustingness comes in.
All right, so the beautiful one of my favorite moments was Prof Outdoors Festival for the Minneapolis-based rapper Prof. He's fantastic. Look him up. We'll splice in something right here.
Told my mama drunk. It's in my bones. All I wanna do is stunt. From the window, we shout it. We keep it pimpin'. We bout it.
Whatever it may be. So he has like a big outdoor thing that Underachievers opened up. They were great. No one got as rowdy as they should have. Whole festival was good. There's an after party immediately as soon as it's done. It's done at like 10. You go indoors to this bar, after party, whatever. We were pretty wiped, so we sat down for a minute and then got in there. And the first opener, if I'm not mistaken, was FM Gaines, who I know he has this old song with Chance I'd heard before.
I'm familiar with the name, but not enough to say I can recall a song.
Yeah, I know he had a song with Chance. That's how I found out about him. And I'm unfortunately not super familiar with his catalog, but he was pretty impressive. At one point, he brought out a gun that sprayed. It was like the Ghostbusters gun. It sprayed like, I don't know how to explain. It's like if you light off a fire extinguisher in the
like
club.
the foam that comes out of a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, but it wasn't so foam. It was just like fog, like a fog machine, but more propelled and powerful. It's hard to explain.
It was jet-powered fog machine?
Yeah, he said, "This is my jetpack," and then he proceeded to blast us all with this shit, which this isn't even the best part of the story. He definitely had some shit going on, and it was beautiful. But the best part is one of the people on his stage produces what looks like a pyramid of tightly wrapped white T-shirts, like stacked together. So I think they're throwing out T-shirts. So I like put my hand up, and this dude lobs me one, like the craziest throw. I stretch out my right arm as far as I can, and just like a fucking movie, grab that fucker out of the air. And as soon as it hits my hand...
Like a Rudy moment where you just grab the football?
Yes. People who were with me were like, that was a fantastic catch. Holy shit.
It was the most impressive display of athleticism you've ever shown in your entire life.
Basically. Like, I even looking at my hand while I caught it was like, God damn, that's a beautiful catch.
I had a very similar moment when I saw Suicide Silence perform at the Metro Center.
Oh, wow.
Ding the
Topical.
bell. And they were one of the openers, and at the time they were my favorite band in the entire world. I had like 7 different T-shirts. I listened to their albums every day. I was that fucking guy. Yeah. Long blonde hair. And so I made sure I was like up front, right in the front, just screaming the whole time. And the drummer, Alex, he tossed out the drumsticks.
Oh, yeah.
I caught one. The other one flew a little bit back. And this guy who was like half my size caught it. I grabbed it in his hand and just pulled and he tried to fight me for it, and I flung him across the thing, and I just screamed afterwards. I was like, ah! That's beautiful. That's the story of how I got some Suicide Silence drumsticks, much like your T-shirt. And I had a moment like that where everybody was like, that was an impressive display of power that you just displayed for everyone.
See, what's even better about mine is I catch this motherfucker, and as soon as it hits my hand, I'm like, that's not a T-shirt at all. It's rather warm because it's a Taco Bell taco. What the club? So I'm like pretty drunk, turning up, throw my arm out, palm a fucking Taco Bell taco, look at it, and I was like, what? And so I'm like, what do you do? Like, I'm like, I don't want to eat a Taco Bell taco right now. I've been drinking all day. I'm jumping around.
Fucked up. You should have ate the taco.
And then I opened it up and I ate it, and I was like, this is everything I need right now. And it was fucking beautiful. Just the fucking feeling of like, here comes a T-shirt. Yeah. No, wait, it's a Taco Bell taco.
There is something you told me one time that's very similar to this that I tell people often, which is where you're with someone and you're out at a diner and you have water and they have Sprite and you go to take a drink of their water.
Yes. But that's like death.
It's a very similar feeling. I feel like it's like T-shirt, no taco.
T-shirt to taco,
except it's not disappointing. That's the good version.
T-shirt
of that.
to taco is heaven. Water to Sprite is hell. Like bleach. It's like drinking bleach.
As above,
horrifying. Yeah.
So below. Yes. Tacos and T-shirts, Sprite and water.
So I'm in this club jumping around. Then they play New Level by A$AP Ferg and Future.
Cut that in right there.
I'm on a new level. 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 Brought me a new shovel. Put these niggas in the dirt. Shame with the new bezel. All my niggas put in work.
I'm jumping around, drinking, eating a Taco Bell taco, having the time of my fucking life. So then we proceed to stick around. It got quickly weird and dissipated, and everybody was crazy. And then we keep drinking, and then it's like, I'm in the bar, and they're like, last call, get out of here. And I'm like, that guy's being an asshole. And then I look at my phone, and it's like 2:10 in the morning, and I was like, oh, my bad, buddy, we'll leave. So then I have a hankering for Taco Bell. Luckily, like a block away, right by where we park, there's a Taco Bell. So I'm like, we need to go to this shit. Like, I don't care if it's drive-through or what. We look over and there's people standing there. So I'm like, all right, let's go over. We walk over and there's their lawn in front of the Taco Bell. And I noticed like something sitting on the ground that I thought was like an animal or something. I kicked it and it was mud, and I'm like drunk. We're all drunk as fuck. And I'm like, what's all with all this mud? And shout out Matt, who was with me. It's like, it's sod. They just laid down the sod. So he like picks it up gently. Mm-hmm. And me and my cousin were both like, oh shit. So we both try to lift it up gently as well. And I just rip a huge chunk of sod out of the ground. As does my cousin. We're like, what are these?
What are those?
And then we go into Taco Bell.
With the sod?
No.
Damn it.
We left it. Going to Taco Bell. I don't think anything of it. I'm standing there. I'm taking all the drunk Snapchats and shit.
Yeah.
We go back out, and I'm like, fuck this side. And we throw it in, like, the very busy traffic. And then the next day, people were like, why are your hands all disgusting? We were covered in mud. Both me and my cousin's hands are, like, fucking covered in mud.
You are a filthy
and we're like,
fucking
we just
animal.
fucking threw sod and then got way too much Taco Bell. And it was all very wild and enjoyable.
God, I wish I see. What was funny is when we mentioned it when you got downstairs, he's having this time of his life, and he's like, oh man, I hope Slim's not at home not doing anything. And I think I know I didn't work. What did I don't think I did anything that day, like of note. I can't like think back on that day.
Yeah, well, the Friday I was at an R&B 90s throwback R&B dance party at First Avenue.
You know, some guys have all the luck.
And that was also very wild. I confronted a girl in a Maury t-shirt, Maury the TV show, and the back said, you're not the father.
Oh.
And I had to just compliment her, and I think I broke up her relationship because her boyfriend just got pissed for, I don't know why. He just looked at me weird, and then I looked at him weird, and I was just like, your t-shirt, it's loud, she's drunk, and I think she said her mother was on Maury. I have no idea what was going on.
Okay.
But I'm just like, hey, your t-shirt's nice. She's screaming at me, and then that dude stormed off, and I was like, damn, I ruined a home over.
Isn't that always? But that's like not your fucking fault though. I can't stand dudes like that.
No, that guy's a bitch.
Like if you're the kind of guy who's like, you know, oh, I get so mad when my girl talks to a guy, or like, oh, I'm so mad when my guy talks to a girl. Like, don't be like that. Like, that's shitty. Like, people got to be around people.
Like, if I was like being creepy, which I wasn't at all, I was genuinely like, your t-shirt's fucking sick. Like, I want to have your t-shirt. And then, I don't know what happened. But then
I'm paying $30 and getting somebody drunk for a Space Jam jersey.
There you go.
That is something that is legit happening.
That's a good deal.
The guy's bringing it to my Halloween party. I'm giving him money, and then I'm gonna be like, bottoms up.
There you go.
For a Space Jam jersey, I think it's worth it. It's got Bugs, Daffy, and the Tasmanian Devil on it.
That's beautiful.
I'm gonna wear it on the show as soon as I get it.
I'm looking so forward to it.
Ah, it's gonna fit so nice. It's that '90s like mesh material
getting
too.
Me all worked up. And then my other story, which is kind of morbid and weird.
My heart is so open because this story of catching tacos and sod gave me faith in humanity again, as these stories always do. Because I was literally thinking since the last time you were texting me during, and I was just like, I have to know.
I didn't realize I was texting you, and then
you were texting me quite a bit. I was really happy about it because that's what I always hope when I don't get to go on adventures is that you're thinking of me enough to be like,
I know.
Hey, buddy.
Like, I looked back at my phone and I was like, well. Things have been said. But so the
God, I wish I could put screenshots out on our page.
So Saturday, the second day we were there before Prof Outdoors, we just went like uptown and went to some record stores and whatnot. So we did a lot of walking around. When we go to some record stores, we're walking back to the car, I believe. And we're like walking on a fairly busy like street, like 26th Avenue, if we want to get very specific.
Topical.
I believe it was. And then so we're walking down and it's lined with houses. It's a very residential area. So I'm just, walking around looking at everything. I come up and on my left there's a house. It's the front of the house, and there's a man sitting in a chair, and it looks like he's planting a flower. So I don't really give a fuck, and I'm just walking. We're getting closer, and as I get closer, I realize that he is ripping an animal apart with his hands.
What?
Yeah. And then I'm like, I know, hold on. But do you ever have a crazy night of drinking, the next day a couple weird things happen?
Yes.
You're like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just going through my mind.
Just going through the motions.
I'm envisioning this.
Scene missing.
Yeah. And so I like see this guy, and I'm like, is that like a wing? And I think it was like a winged creature.
Like,
and then he looks at me and he gives me a look that kind of says, this is normal, but also I'm still ripping an animal apart and you should look away from me. So we like locked eyes. I looked away.
That's such a specific look that I can see it in my head.
Yeah, I know. It was very specific and it's very scary. Yeah, like he does it all the time. But it's not.
It's normal where he's from.
It's normal.
So
but
why are you looking, pal?
It's normal, but also I'm still ripping an animal apart with my hands, which is a crazy thing to do. So I'm like, I didn't even mention it. I'm just like, I'm not even going to bring that up to the people I'm with. I just don't think that was happening.
No.
So we get down the street and my cousin's like watching a soccer game and we get a few blocks up and he's like, so is that guy just tearing an animal? And I'm like, no fucking way. And Matt's like, I didn't see it. And he's like, well, maybe, he said some animal that's like up there that you can hunt, like pheasant, I think he said.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a pheasant. I don't know. I like didn't look
But
enough
did he look like he had like just recently would have brought a pheasant home from hunting it?
I don't know. He looked very normal, like our age.
Okay,
like,
was this a good part of town or a bad part of town?
Good part of town.
Okay, so that would make me lean
Very
more
nice
towards
home.
pheasant. So
very
like
nice home, like. But
okay,
then
and
Matt goes, I mean, that's at least more of a backyard activity than
yeah, that's not a
front yard. Broad day, like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Like I said, busy street, cars going. Other people were walking, and this guy is
just dressing a pheasant out front.
Yeah, just ripping it apart. And I'm always
okay, but did it look like he was tearing feathers off of it, or was he like ripping it into the meat of it?
I caught a glimpse, and then I caught his eyes, and then I just didn't want to have to deal with it anymore. So I mean, in my opinion, it looked like he was just ripping it apart with his hands.
You just brought up a really bad memory that I had buried in my brain.
Yes. That's all I do this
Oh my god. Okay. So my I mentioned I have a sister and she had a I guess you call it like a babysitter, but it was like a daycare sitter. And it was in like a rural area, we'll say.
Okay.
And I would go there during the days in the summer when there wasn't any school or anything. And it was the fall. It was getting more towards deer hunting season. And this lady's husband had gone out and hunted a deer. And I had like never seen an animal like that hung up before. So this was my first experience seeing an animal hung up like this. And I come in the house, and the way it was is you would walk in the house and there was like the laundry room, then there was the kitchen, and when you came out of the kitchen there was the living room, dining room, and the dining room had a big patio door that you could look out.
Okay.
And I come in, I take my shoes off, I walk in, and I go and I look at the patio, and probably from where we're sitting to where that bench is right there, the weight bench, there's a deer strung up from a tree with its throat recently slit.
Oh, yeah.
There's blood coming out.
Ooh.
And he's been slit from nads to mouth, because they took all the guts out.
Just like how I want to go.
And yeah, I would love to be strung up by my peers and gutted. That's exactly. If anybody's listening to this,
I'd like to be killed, but then I'd like to be displayed.
I'd
like to be killed like nicely.
What would be a nice way to kill you so that you could be displayed?
Like
bolt gun
smothering me
like
with a pillow and then stabbing me through the face.
Wow. How the fuck are we gonna preserve your face if I do that?
I'm just kidding. That's one of the top ways I don't want to go.
I was figuring I could just come into your home while you're asleep one night and just like, how they do the bolt gun to kill animals in slaughterhouses?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
No Country for Old Men.
That seems nice.
I mean, you wouldn't know. You would just go real quick.
Yeah,
and
that's
quiet.
what I mean. I'd like to go.
And then we
quick
could just like
quiet.
cover it up with makeup. Put some silly putty on your face and just
Yes, but only if it's been covered.
Display you
only
on
if
the couch.
silly putty is covered with Garfield cartoons. Because what else do you use silly putty for? It's the only time it's silly, guys. But yeah, so moral of the story, you can either catch a taco in the club or you can watch a man tear an animal apart with his hands. I guess.
Tacos versus Predator. That's going to be the name of this episode.
Yeah, there we go. We need a good name.
And that's going to be a good visual. I feel like too. The graphic is going to
I've
be
got a
fantastic.
lot going on.
Can you make a xenomorph mouth pop out of the taco?
You're asking a lot.
Damn, I don't feel like I ask for that much.
But yeah, just be careful in the streets. Like, I've seen some crazy shit in my life, but that man tearing that animal apart sticks with me. And I've always been like, if someone's like hurting an animal, I'd like to speak up. But the way that guy looked at me, I don't know. I still don't know.
Life's getting dark.
Life was getting very dark.
Speaking of things getting dark, a topic I wanted to bring up is something that happened to someone I know recently this week. don't want to get into too many specific details, but this person
Say the government name.
We just need a clip of you saying that in that first or second episode just to play all the time.
Yeah.
This person went through a very rough divorce, and when I say very rough divorce, I mean like a goddamn nightmare, like the kind of shit that makes you like never want to get married, like the kind of shit that you hear stories about and you're just like, man,
life's getting dark.
Life is like it's so dark you can't even say life's getting dark. That's how dark it is, because you can't even form the cognitive thought to think that life is getting dark. Don't let people ruin your lives, kids.
Yep.
But he's been going through a very nasty legal process with it. And something she tried to do recently was bring up more charges against him, even though he hasn't had contact with her in pretty much almost a year. And one of the charges she tried to bring up was claiming he stabbed her with a pen. And she made a Facebook post about it for evidence.
Of course.
And the evidence was, it's so funny that I can get stabbed by my ex-husband with a pen, but my current man is spending more time in jail than he did for having a joint on him. And
my favorite Facebook posts are the ones that start with, it's funny
just
that
so
it's so
funny.
funny that my husband can stab me with a pen. That should have just been it. I'm gonna put that on my Facebook. People will be like, wow, he's going through some shit.
Well, and you know, this guy, he's really came into himself since the divorce too. He's like really just been a stellar dad to his son. He's just been, you know, he's really coming into himself as a better human being.
Would you say he definitely isn't stabbing people with pens?
He is
Probably.
100% not that kind of person.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I don't want to speak. I don't want to get on the
I can't
wrong
speak
side
for the
of
legal
things.
system. I can't claim that XXXTentacion did all that stuff, but until the court says otherwise, I'm not fucking with that guy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, with a detailed report like that. Because here's the thing: if anybody listening to the show wants to defend XXXTentacion's actions, I challenge you to think. I challenge you to read the report of what that girl said happened, and think about that happening to your mother or your sister or your grandmother or your aunt, your daughter. Think about like if you your sister. Like just think about
literally anyone. I don't want to harp on it too much, and
I just want to make my opinion stated clear.
I'm glad.
I do not fuck with X anymore.
Yeah, I very, very heavily did, and now I feel very bad that I did.
Right.
And like, yeah, it's a dark read. Like, take caution, because I was even
I was very. That's something I woke up and read. Like I checked Facebook when I woke up, and I was just laying in bed, and I read it, and I was mortified. Is the only feeling that I say.
My cousin was like, have you heard that shit? Because I don't think he had heard, like, there was the initial report.
I had heard the report of
I
it.
was like, you know, who knows? Because
the guy from Bright Eyes, I don't remember what his name is, but the guy who is the Connor Oberst, the guy who is the band Bright Eyes, he was accused of rape by a fan, and then it turned out to be a lie.
Yeah,
and now
happens a lot.
And now his career is suffering because of it, because there's such this huge stigma in society where it's like, well, if ladies report, they're lying or they're trying to make somebody look bad. And a point someone made to me about it was that no matter how this court case goes, nobody's going to win, because if he goes to jail and he's guilty because of it, people are going to say she was a liar and she made all this stuff up and the jury was rigged and they were paid off and they just want to see this kid go to jail. Yeah. But then if he gets out, people are going to be like, yeah, she was a lying bitch, and just like attack this girl further. And that's the option that scares me more, because it's like this woman has clearly been through things that are like an Eli Roth movie.
The report is too detailed to be fabricated.
Like if you're making up,
insane.
I've heard of people making up lies before, but that making up to that extent, that is like unheard of.
Yeah, it's very detailed. It's very graphic.
The Dapper Dads clearly stand on the side of justice and safety for women everywhere.
Yeah,
like,
just don't. Yeah, and
just don't do that to people.
He's clearly like a sociopath. His music is in a general direction we can all see, and there's videos of him online just beating the shit out of.
And
dudes,
just doing violent things,
like,
and tweets of him saying violent things.
Yeah.
And it's like, definitely. I don't think a guy who lives his lifestyle like this would be someone to beat the shit out of a woman. Yeah. You know, like how can people make that argument and just be okay with it?
I don't care to harp on it anymore.
No,
he doesn't need any more light on his name. But
no, we're just saying, fuck that guy, fuck X, play the air horn. X is dead to me.
Like, I was
ended my friendship with X. Now ASAP Ferg is my best friend.
Ski Mask the Slump God. Yeah, I was a big fan, and like I literally have deleted the songs, and I like.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna give that guy any more support. Can't do it.
Sucks, but don't be shitty to women, especially like. Jesus Christ.
But so this girl posts a picture of the stab wound on her arm and says, I forget what she quoted, but she called him Stabby McStabby Pants in the Facebook post. So I want you to...
That's going to hold up in court.
And
the state versus Stabby McStabby.
And I literally kept talking to this guy for the rest of the time I was seeing him, and I was just like, hey, Stabby, I promise I'll get your money tomorrow, okay? Just don't stab me with nothing. And he just pull out a pen. He's like, you better watch it. I'm Stabby McStabby Pants. He's going to get arrested. They're going to be like, are you legal name Stabby McStabby Pants?
Any aliases? When you get arrested, they're like, any aliases? And you're like, well, now I feel like I need some.
Here is the cherry on top of the fucking crazy sundae here. Where she has the stab mark on her arm is a tattoo that she did not have while they were together. So it turns out that this boyfriend that she's talking about has tons of prior charges for possession and intent to sell and all this other stuff. So it's like, yeah, he's obviously going to spend a lot more time in jail for a joint than someone is for supposedly. And supposedly when he only spent a day in jail after he stabbed her. So I just, there's two different sides to everything. Like some people would look at that and be like, well, you got to take the lady's side. But then there's a point where you have to look at the evidence and be like, she didn't have the tattoo when they were together. How would he have stabbed her?
Yeah. People are fucking
People are just fucking crazy. And it's like, this is what's fucking happening to me. And I got to talk about it on live radio.
Live radio. Call in 1-800-432-9797.
1-800-DAPPER-DADS. If you can't catch that one more time, it's 1-800-555-DAPPER-DADS.
We got it. Yeah.
I hope someone calls that number and is like, yeah, I didn't get anywhere.
Should we get a Google Voice number and just have people call and leave us messages?
That would be really nice.
Them and then discuss whatever the fuck they say.
Speaking of people discussing things and leaving us things, I actually had someone give me a topic that they wanted us to talk about on the show.
Bring them out. Full government name.
I've been saying that to people at work this week, and I feel like it makes me look like a terrible person. I've been saying it my whole life, and you know how many full government names I've gotten? Quite a bit. Oh.
4. I mean,
damn.
It's more than nothing, but I'm not...
Damn, just take the L already. Like...
No, I have those government names, and I'm compiling a list. And if anyone finds it, it's not a weird list. It's just a list of names I've gotten. Nothing sketchy.
You are not painting yourself in a good light.
It's weird that you just can't have a list of names nowadays.
It's weird that you're opposed to the idea that it's weird.
Listen, we're going to cut your mic off, and I'm going to tell you, I got a couple lists of names, just normal business, okay? It's in my file cabinet. Just
as long as I
run-of-the-mill names. One of them is your name 7 times. You want to keep fucking playing, I'll change the heading on that one. Continue.
I'm just gonna pretend I don't know what any files are anywhere.
Good.
Now I'm never allowed in your house ever again.
Yep, you were already on thin ice.
So the person who I'm telling the story about would care for me to use a pseudonym for them.
Oh, would it be not a full government name?
It is not a full government name.
Disgusting. What happened to this podcast?
He told this used to be about integrity.
Yep.
We used to have a jazz band.
Yeah, they all quit.
They all quit within the first 5 minutes of the show. They couldn't stand us.
Yeah, weird.
This person would care to go by their either screen name or their nickname, so we'll go by the nickname Lemmy.
Lemmy?
Like from Motorhead?
Hell yeah.
So, Lemmy.
R.I.P. Lemmy. Real Lemmy, not this Lemmy.
Raise your cups to the dead Lemmy, not the living Lemmy that I'm talking about.
I mean, you can raise the cup to both, but...
Raise the cup to both. Lemmy, thanks for supporting the Dapper Dads and giving us some content to talk about. He told us that he's been listening to the show.
All right.
And he's been...
Fucking hates it.
No, he's actually been suggesting it to his friends, and I've been getting lots of good positive feedback, and I wanted to take a little time to talk about some feedback.
Nice.
Probably towards the end of the show.
Yeah, we got a lot of things
we got a lot of things to bring up.
So don't turn this one off for once.
So here's the story that a listener wanted me to tell that was their Dapper Dads moment that they can think of.
Yes, send us all your Dapper Dads moments.
So I'm going to read the story verbatim as it was sent to me.
All right.
So for context, my house has 4 ways to get in without the cops getting called. The front door and the garage door on the front and back and on my deck, and the back door in the garage. I was also alone this night, so I was there minding my own business, drinking a little and enjoying being alone. In true Dapper Dad fashion. At my parents' request, all the doors were locked and the garage door was unplugged so some fans could be plugged in for the dogs. As the night went on, I found myself wanting to go on a walk, as most people drunk at 2 a.m. do. So I left my house and went on one of the best walks of the street corner I've ever had in my life. I then realized it was only 25 degrees out, so I turned around to go home. Remember my parents and their small request? Well, every goddamn door was locked on me and on the wrong side. So in my drunken stupor, I decided to say, fuck it, might as well freeze happy, and walk to the gas station for a couple of packs of cigarettes. Then I whirled away the morning chain-smoking cigarettes until I passed out outside on the front door. When I woke up, I was still locked out. I only had half a pack of cigarettes left and was fresh full of a mixture of disappointment and sadness. I finished my cigs for breakfast and remembered that there was a window I could open in such emergencies. With rage boiling over, I punched the solid metal front door and broke into my house. The moral of this story, don't listen to your parents. It will always lead to disappointment and maybe an addiction to unhealthy coping mechanisms.
Beautiful.
That is a fantastic Dapper Dads moment.
It's very well written, and it's
Very well written.
It's something. Have you ever just been drunk and locked out of somewhere? I have a great story that turns very dark in true Dapper Dads fashion.
The best locked out story I actually have was as a absent-minded teenager. I was wont to forget my keys at home a lot. Mm-hmm. And there was one time I had come home and it was very, very cold outside. I've been a character my entire life. And in high school, I wore a gigantic Hank Williams III belt buckle.
Oh, Jesus
with
Christ.
my Slipknot
While you
hoodies.
talked fast, too, like a cattle auctioneer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking
like that.
fitting.
Bro, I was out of high school when that album came out, but I was so about it when it came out, the fucking Cattlecore stuff. Like, yeah. I can't listen to his recent albums because, like, he doesn't have any producers, and so he just makes these, like, 13-minute cowboy songs, and I'm like, I just can't do it anymore. It's way too much.
Yeah, there's not enough time in the day.
But the early stuff isn't bad. The middle stuff is where I'm really at, but anything after the Cattlecore stuff, I'm like, reel it back in, Hank.
Yeah.
God, now you just got me thinking about Hank 3. He's so good. Can we just plug Hank 3? Can we throw some Hank 3 music on right here?
Yeah, I haven't listened to him in forever.
PFF by Hank 3. Throw that right
Pussy farting fuckers.
Punch, fight, fuck. That's what it stands for.
Hey, not bad.
It's a tribute to Gigi Allen.
I drink a lot of whiskey, smoking all the time. I'm getting fucked up every goddamn night. Everybody's doing cocaine and starting up fights. I'm living fast and hard and dying young with my God.
So,
I'm familiar.
And so I came home. It was I think it was the middle of February, to be honest with you, and I did not have my keys. And I remembered in the middle of the night that I had my window open, and with the way the windows in my mom's house were, I could squeeze my fingers in through the side and just pull it open, basically.
Yeah.
It fucked up the window, but I could get in.
Yeah.
The only problem is that there was a big gap between where the ground was and where my window was.
Yeah.
And that was the only window like that because it was a single story on a hill. So, like, fuck my life. And so I managed to get the window open by bringing the barbecue grill off the back patio and standing on top of it. Broke it, in case you were wondering.
Yeah.
It collapsed under my weight. As it collapsed underneath my weight, I leaped up into the window and was going to do a barrel roll into the room, but my gigantic goddamn Hank 3 belt buckle got caught on the windowsill and was digging into my gut. And my dogs at the time ran in the room and they were like, rah, rah, and they're just barking at me. And so if one had driven by, they would see my giant legs kicking out the window and just hear, rah, 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 thinking some goddamn giant 15-foot lunatic had broken into the house.
A cat burglar.
So a
dog burglar,
What
I guess.
ended up doing was I had to take the belt buckle off on the windowsill and I had to like pop it off and like roll backwards into the house.
Wow.
It was a
Sounds
goddamn
erotic.
nightmare. Crashed right into a bookshelf.
Did you continue to wear the belt buckle after that?
Of course I continued to wear the belt buckle. No, it didn't ruin. I actually I drive around with it in my truck. It's in the back.
Just in case.
Just in case I
you
need
gotta
that
climb
belt
in a
buckle.
window.
Just in case. You never know when you're going to need a fashionable belt buckle.
That's true.
That is a Dapper Dad's fact.
It's a fashion tip.
Dapper Dad's fashion tips.
My story is not at my house. I went to a house party, birthday party, kegger, shenanigan fest in Mount Morris. Topical.
I don't even want to talk about Mount Morris.
No one does. This is literally...
it's a hellhole.
This
It's
is
a goddamn
literally-
hellhole.
There goes our Mount Morris fan base. Real nice.
The one hillbilly with a ham radio that can pick it up. Yeah, that's
Wow,
fantastic.
we're really taking ourselves deep.
God damn, I don't care. If you're... Okay, I'm sure there's some nice people in Mount Morris, but it is a hellhole to live there. Like, it is the only time anybody ever goes there is for the fireworks on the 4th of July. Topical.
I don't even know. Like, I think this was... I've driven through and I've been around, And I think this was the only like
I helped
event.
DJ at a birthday party out there one time back in like 2011.
All bangers.
Okay, like 2011 pop bangers like Maroon 5 and Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yeah, that's what I mean
Owl
when
City.
I say bangers.
Fuck it. This was pre-banger era before bangers actually existed. We didn't start. Name one good banger from 2011.
Oh yeah, specifically I don't know, but
That's
there's
what I
definitely.
thought. I'm sure we could get into it.
Yeah, we could get too deep into it.
So Mount Morris.
Anyway, yeah, I'm at Mount Morris for
Goddamn
a
hellhole.
friend's birthday party. Yeah, there's like a bunch of people, and it's like a big farmhouse, whatever. We had a very wild night, kegger. Everybody's drunk. It's time.
That's all anybody does aside from heroin in Mount Morris.
Oh yeah, and it's time to pass out. So I go inside, and then there's just like rooms full of dudes, and there's nowhere to sleep. And I'm like, well, this wasn't really what I was.
Sounds like heaven.
This wasn't really what I was looking for. So I went back out, and then I'm like, fuck, where am I going to sleep? The ride I got there was in my buddy's pickup truck, and it was like cold and just like I didn't feel like being outside. So I tried to go in, and then they had locked the door because I was no longer invited to their all-male slumber party. So I'm
Take
like, yeah,
the L.
I guess I'll sleep in this truck. And people were already sleeping in the bed, so I'm sleeping in that weird front seat next to a friend that I'm no longer friends with. Reoccurring theme in the podcast. I burn bridges hard. So I'm sleeping.
Don't ever look back, kids.
Listening to this guy sleep and make sex noises in his sleep. And then for some reason, a fucking, like, I'm sprung awake by some yelling. And there's a girl next to me, and someone's trying to put her in a car because she's, like, blackout drunk and, like, starting fights. And I don't know any context. I don't know these people. I just will never forget this statement. She just keeps yelling, "You didn't have to see your mom in a casket like I did," over and over. So I'm like a drunk, I don't know, 15-year-old. Yeah, probably.
Jesus.
In this fucking pickup truck, half asleep, sprung awake by yelling, and that's all. Like, she kept yelling it, and it fucked with me so bad. I finally fell asleep. And that's the day I realized that roosters don't. It's not like a movie where they like crow once or whatever the fuck.
Oh no, it's
it just
forever.
goes. So I heard it once and it woke me up, and I'm like, it's like a movie. I try to go back to sleep, and it goes again. And then for like 30 minutes, I sat there and listened.
It's like a movie.
And I was like, I'm gonna go fucking kick a rooster today. It was fucking.
No, I grew up not in the country, but like right next to a big farm, pretty much. And they had a rooster that would start cawing at like 5 a.m. no matter what the season was. And that's why I have to sleep with a fan to this very day, because I got used to sleeping with a fan right next to my face as a child. So I didn't have to hear this rooster all the time cawing.
Yeah, why do we have birds that just
Why do we
scream all
allow
morning?
Why do we allow anything that just screams all the time to be around? In customer service, we just let people scream all the time, which
On
is
some planets, the sun screams for 23 hours a day.
and it's this one.
Yeah, that was my Mount Morris experience. I mean, at one point earlier in the night, a girl showed me her boobs in the woods. So, I mean, there was something to take from it. But
Oh, you must have met Abigail.
I don't know. She looked like
she's been doing that for years.
The bitch from Popeye, the skinny thing.
Olive oil.
And the most washed reference I have here is that we lit up her boobs with flip phones, because this was a long time ago.
This is disgusting.
Yeah.
This is a vile story.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
This story is a waking nightmare. There's boobs getting lit up with flip phones. You don't know what it's like until you see your mom in the coffin. You don't know what it's like until
I still sometimes will, when people are like, you don't know what it's like, my mind goes to that poor girl. And I don't know. That's just a crazy thing to wake up and hear.
Shout out to
someone
her. Hope
screaming.
she's doing okay these days.
I don't think she
I don't think she is either, but
she is.
I hope she got out of Mount Morris. Fingers crossed.
I hope she stopped drinking so much.
Hopefully. But I mean, I never had those experiences as a teenager, but I know people who were just laying dead in the ditch, like, you know, a quarter mile down the road from my house from chugging too much vodka.
Yeah, it's a wild world when you're a teenager at house parties. It's
crazy.
A fucking different world.
It is.
And you like you see some boobs at a house party, you get in a fight at a house party, you're drunk. Everyone's still having a good time. You hear a bitch screaming about her mom. Then you wake up to be an adult and realize life is pretty boring, actually.
Yeah.
You don't see boobs that often.
Not Not in person, at least.
Yeah, not in person random boobs.
No,
doesn't it feels like that might be something?
I can't think of
happens.
I can't think of the last time I've seen a random breast in public.
I saw some boobs at a concert recently, and
at a concert is different.
It caught me off guard. I looked up to my right, and they were right there, and I was like, "Whoa, what are we doing here, guys? How old is she? No one look at these." But yeah, otherwise,
still being a dad, even at the shows,
fresh pair of foreign boobs in person. It's been half a decade. It's a bummer. You think you'll see fights?
The way the movies and TV make it seems like you're just going to see breasts everywhere.
Yeah, like they're just going to push them against glass while you're walking down the street, and then you wake up and realize that was a dream.
Oh, we definitely grew up in that early 90s beautiful period.
Yeah. And also, like, fights. Like, when you go to school, every day I went to school, there was, like, a hardcore fight.
Yeah.
You know the last time I saw a fight? I don't know.
Like, in person?
Yeah, like a good...
That's a fantastic story that you reminded me I wanted to tell on the show. I was almost in a fight recently.
Oh, yeah, you texted me this. I think the day when I was going to Minneapolis.
It was, yeah, because...
I almost got in a fight, and I'm like, he's still out there.
Okay, so...
He's holding down Rockford while Daddy's gone.
Daddy was gone, and I was holding down the fort. I want you to know that when the historical mayor of Rockford is gone, I'm here as the Duke of Earl holding down the fort.
And it's also beautiful because if you would have gotten into a fight... I would have just burst through a door like the Kool-Aid man. Yeah. You're like, how are you here? And I'm like, I'm also still at Prof Outdoors.
The power of love opened me up. And then it's like, can you lift me higher? Can we cut that?
Yeah, we'll get that.
Beautiful.
I'm waving my dick in the wind. I'm waving my dick in the wind. If it all goes right, I'll be in your arms tonight. I'm waving my dick in the wind.
So I was at the Prairie Street Brew House.
Shout out. I do like them.
You should love the Prairie Street Brew House, and you're going to love them even more by the end of the story.
Beautiful.
So I'm out on the dock, just standing there taking the breeze in.
I thought you were going to say taking a piss in the river.
I thought about
I've done that.
I thought about it.
Dock.
Well, okay, so I'm out there, and I just unbuttoned my shirt, stand there, chest to the wind, took some nice pictures of Rockford that I sent you because I figured you'd appreciate them, and you were like, there's too much happening right now. I'm too drunk.
Yeah, I don't even remember those pictures.
Yeah, it was great. Look back in your messages. There's some good pictures of the skyline.
Beautiful.
From behind me, I hear a man and a woman yelling. And I hear the best line I heard from it was, "You just wish your dick was as big as your mouth is, guy."
Damn.
I've got a huge dick, lady. Don't worry about it. And like he just kept coming at her. And I'm just like, well, that's some bullshit. And the dude comes down and he's like, "Hey man, how's it going?" And he shakes my hand and I'm like, I'm fine. How are you? And he's like, and he tells me what's going on is he works there. And so there's two weddings going on that night.
Yeah.
And somebody from one of the weddings came up in the parking lot and pissed in the parking lot.
It was me.
It was not you, unless it was your wife screaming, who then later came down on the dock and was screaming at us.
Hey, I told you not to talk about my secret family on air.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Cut that out.
This isn't like
I miss you, Felicia.
This isn't like the 50s where you can move 11 miles away and start a new life. God, that sounds nice.
One day.
Life's getting dark.
What happened to Dapper Dad's podcast? I heard they moved away and started a new life.
I heard they moved to Mount
Morris. They did that
Morris.
thing that they're always talking about, starting a new family? No, they just got married together.
They just got married together and disappeared in the woods.
They realized this is their best option.
I mean, I'm not saying it isn't.
We can leave the toilet seat up.
Oh, God, that sounds nice. Like I don't already.
And I still fall in.
Damn it, why don't we put the seat down in this house? You just start doing little passive-aggressive things to me during the day. Like you just overcook my food, and I'm like,
overcook your food, turn the music up loud, piss on you while you're sleeping.
I'm just like, I feel like
typical.
I did something to make him angry.
I'm just writing your name on the list 7 times. Everything's fine, honey. Go to bed. It's 3 in the afternoon.
This is such a dark episode. We should never record after midnight again.
This is what you get. Dapper Dads After Dark. This has been episode 7, guys. We're going to go kill ourselves. That's how you die. Jesus.
Of course I'm hanging myself in this basement.
Yeah, because you don't touch every ceiling and every
Shut the fuck up.
You can't even hang yourself, bitch.
Like when Homer tried to hang himself on The Simpsons and just took the ceiling fan down with him. It's just like that every single... I've been making that joke a lot. I think something's wrong with me.
Life's getting dark.
What fucking story were we trying to tell before we got into
the Prairie
this?
Street Brewhouse wife
Prairie
fight.
Street Brewhouse. And so apparently this dude came out and he was pissing in the parking lot. And the guy's like, there's a restaurant upstairs. People are trying to have a nice time. You can't just whip your dick out. And this lady was standing by her man, was like, he can piss wherever he wants. We were getting ready to leave anyway. Like a ride or die. Like, man, I got to get me one like that. Who lets me piss wherever I want. And so that was going on. And then while this is going on, from behind me, I hear, if you tell me to shut up one more time, I'm going to rip your head off and shit down your neck.
God, my dad used to tell me that all the time.
That's depressing.
Yeah, that's real shit.
That is
Dapper Dads After
harsh.
Dark.
And so I see three gentlemen, one who was larger than me,
Holy shit.
one who was
Did you get a
my
photo?
size.
Oh my God. It's like those dolls that are inside of each other.
Literally. It was, and then at the end of this fight, they all just popped into each other and hopped away. I wish that's how this fucking story ended. So they come over, and the security guard gets out of his car, and he is a big guy. He is a big boy, and he's running. And it had rained that day, and he got on the docks, and he's like, "God damn it, this shit's slippery." And the guy I was talking to, he runs off, and I go, "Hey, you guys need a set of hands?" He goes, "Come on, man, let's go." And so I'm like stomping over. I'm like getting ready to throw hands, And so these three guys walk over, and the security guard goes, "Is there a problem here?" The guy that is my size looks at him and goes, "Is that even a real fucking badge you got there?"
Jeez.
Just aggressive to 10 right away. And he goes, "Look, man, I've been here all night. I am just looking for an excuse to taser somebody, and you are getting real close to giving me an excuse." And he goes, "You wouldn't fucking taser me." And he's like, "You want to bet? Don't be my excuse. Don't be my excuse tonight." And then the guy who was a little smaller was talking to the smallest gentleman in the group who also worked there. He was dressed very nice, had a walkie-talkie. His name... I can't remember what his name was. Cool. I can't remember anybody's names in this story. So we don't have to bleep anything out because I can't remember anybody's names.
We'll add some bleeps.
Anyway, just for composure.
Just for show.
Bleep out unnecessary things.
All the context.
Like the Thurnis Haley stuff that Tyler, the creator, did.
Yeah.
That just bleep out all the wrong parts.
Yep.
And so... Meanwhile, he's telling this guy, he's like, "Man, we're just out here. We're just trying to have a decent fucking time, and people here, blah, blah, blah." And then he calls the guy a bitch ass.
Ooh.
And the guy, I guess that was his trigger, and he just got set off, and he was like, "You want to call me a bitch ass?" And he's screaming to the walkie, and he's like, "We got a bunch of drunk motherfuckers out here, and I'm about to kill their asses and kick them into the river. You better get somebody out here." And it's going to a head. It's like building is a bit like my fists are like, I got the Arthur fist going on because I'm like, it's coming. Somebody's going to throw one, and I'm going to have to throw next. And I look over to the guy that's bigger than me, and he's just looking at everybody, grabs the guy that's my size and goes, "You are not trying to get tasered at this wedding. Go." And he just shoves him.
I wonder how many times people have had to say that statement. "You're not getting tasered at this wedding."
The other guy goes, "You do not call people names when you are talking to them." Grabs him and shoves him. He goes, "Gentlemen, I am so sorry for that. They have just had a little bit too much to drink this evening. I hope you can forgive us. We'll behave ourselves. There's no reason to get into any unnecessary conflict." And
holy shit.
And the guy was just like, "Better take care of your boys, man. Better take care of your boys." Calls me a bitch ass. He comes back here. And they just went away. And like the guy who had come up and was telling me the pissing story initially was like, "I didn't catch your name. What's your name, man?" And we introduced each other, and he's like, "Hey, we all work here, and that was really cool." I was like,
fan of your work.
I mean, I'm not just going to like stand there with my shirt open on the dock while you're getting your ass beat. I'm going to jump in there and try to help as best I can. I was like, clearly you guys are in the right. I'm not going to side with these drunk assholes,
Yeah.
And they were like, "You come here often?" I was like, "This is the second time I've ever been here ever." And he was like, "Well, you just come hang out with us, man." And I just ended up hanging out with them at different points for the rest of the night. And they were just the coolest fucking dudes. So while you were out having fun at Prof, I was doing something fun.
Nice. See? Beautiful.
The Friday, I didn't do anything.
Okay. We don't have to talk about that.
The Saturday, I had a lot of fun. God, that was a good time. The only other eventful thing I can think of that happened is that one of my cats ran away.
I saw that.
It was a very stressful incident.
Yeah, when the cats get out. You know what they say when the
cats get out, shit out your dick.
Yep.
Shit my dick out, the cat got out. Shit my boner, the cat got out.
No, the shitting boners is excitement.
But what if it's like not excitement, but like startling, like shit my dick out.
I feel like that's a
shit my dick out. The cat's missing.
Yeah, that works. The boners are excitement.
Well, what had happened was my mom and sister got back from vacation and they stopped by on the way back from the airport and dropped off stuff they got. And then they were seeing my one cat and they were like, oh, where's Shy at? And I was like, So I went around and I started looking around for him and we couldn't find him anywhere. And he's a black cat.
Yeah.
And this was at like 11 at night.
Yeah.
So there's like no way you can just like go out and look for him. He doesn't have a collar or anything. So he was missing for damn near 3 days.
Jeez.
Like we're both just freaking out.
Was he presumed dead?
The day I ended up finding him, we went to the Winnebago shelter and we registered him. And if you go to the shelter, this is morbid. Here's my morbid moment for the show. They have a list of animals with microchips who have been hit by cars and scanned by the roadkill people.
Oh my God.
And they write it down in the book. So there is some unfortunate people who come to the shelter and look in the dead animal log. That's what they call it. It's called the dead animal log. And you can see if your pet has been registered.
As dead.
Like, isn't that fucked?
Shit.
Can you imagine finding out that way?
Yeah, let me just flip through this.
Well, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, son of a bitch, no. I'm just looking, I'm like, ah, Christ. It's like looking at like a Death Note book. I'm like, tell me my son's name isn't in here. And so I like,
my son! You just start
well, I don't have any kids. My cats are my kids.
I just mean like my son. It's like
I'm on my knees. It's the middle of the day, but it suddenly got cloudy and thunderous, and it rained on just me. My son! As I shook my fist at God.
The book is filled with dried tears.
Oh, it was terrible. And so I was just staying up all night, just waiting by the back porch because he had gotten out earlier about the week before. But he came back the same night, and he just came back by the back porch, and that's how we figured he got out.
Yeah.
And so we were just waiting by the back porch all night for the last couple nights, staying up as late as I could, just sitting by the back porch, and we were leaving out a litter box and food and stuff. And so I'd come home from work, and I just took a bunch of catnip, and I just sprinkled it all outside, just on a whim.
Yeah.
To note with this story, I cook a lot of my own food. And something I had made out of stress was a very nice vegetable stew, which was just roasted vegetables, which I then boiled with broth and then pureed a little bit. So a lot of vegetables, a lot of fiber. Mm-hmm. Took a wicked shit at 4 a.m. while I'm waiting for this cat because it was like 2 pounds of soup and I ate all of it.
Yeah,
it was
2 pounds of shit.
I ate it the day before. It definitely worked its way through.
Nice.
And so it was one of those shits where like your pants fit better afterwards.
Yeah.
And like you just feel like sweaty
You
and
need a
worn out.
before
You're
and
like
after.
discombobulated. You're like,
What days?
what
you
year is it?
You open the window and you're like, boy, what day is this? And he's like, Thanksgiving or Christmas or something.
Well, I go back to sit by the back porch.
It's like summer.
It's September 14th, you piece of shit. It's 4 a.m. Go to bed.
Why are you here?
Why are you yelling at me? I'm lost. Can you tell me where I am? What day is it? I'll trade you.
I've got information you want. You have information I want.
Quid pro quo.
Yeah.
I come back and lo and behold, rolling around in the catnip is my cat. Filthy and disgusting, looking like you in that elevator pic where you just got puke all over you. And I opened the porch and he ran off the porch and I was like, Shy. And he was standing there and he was like, and I grabbed that little fucker by the neck and I picked him up and I just went hand over the railing and I grabbed him and I brought him inside and we bought a collar with a bunch of bells on it and I popped it off the container. I put it on his neck and I said, welcome home, bitch.
Yep.
And then he proceeded to just eat food for like an hour and a half and then just not leave me alone.
Yeah, once they get out, it's a nightmare.
Teach that motherfucker to leave home again. He came back hungry as hell.
I just thought of a great story. I know this girl who has, I think, like 2 cats and a bunch of pets, and she lives out, or did live, like, by a farm out, like, I don't know, in the middle of nowhere, kind of.
Yeah.
Anyway, her cats got out different times, and this one cat gets out. It's, like, a beautiful-looking cat, and then it's out for a couple days. She's posting on Facebook, like, if you see it, blah, 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 like, help me out, throw me a bone. And then she posts that the cat's dead. They found the cat on the side of the road. And so it's a bummer, and everyone's
That's
like,
so
oh,
awful.
it's terrible. And then I was talking to her sister, and her sister's like, did you hear about the cat? And I'm like, yeah, that's such a bummer. And she's like, no, did you hear about the cat? And like they like found the cat dead, and they had a little burial for it, shed some tears. It was a nice thing. And then like a couple days later, one of the neighbors is like, hey, I found your cat. Her cat wasn't dead at all. They found.
So what did they bury?
Did
they bury it in the pet cemetery? What the fuck?
That's why I talked to the girl and I was like, "What? So what? What did you think?" And she was like, "Pet cemetery."
Sometimes better thing stay
and then
dead.
someone slit her Achilles tendon.
You don't want to go down that road.
You're just gonna do the thing we all tell you not to do. But yeah, she was
Sometimes.
and it's like a cat that looks very specific.
Yeah, that's
And-
when we went to the shelter, there was several black cats that were in there, but like, your cat enough to know by the face. So I'm just perplexed that they would find a cat that would look so similar.
I know.
What if this is one of those glitch in the Matrix moments where it's like their cat died, but then it like glitched and the cat's still alive?
Yeah, it's like too ridiculous.
Come fuck with us,
like,
Alex Jones.
Could you imagine?
Fuck Alex Jones. I want him on the show. Fight me.
Yeah, bring it up to him. Yeah, speaking of, I think it was that podcast, another great segue. Was that the one where I was talking about restaurants I don't like and trying out
I think so, yeah.
Trying out my little trick.
Your choke trick.
If you just jumped in on episode 7 for some weird reason and you've stuck around.
Because you write the name 7 times on the list and start everything with 7s.
7.
Oh, boy.
So yeah, I said, like, what if, since when you tweet angry at fast food establishments, they're always like, you want a gift card and you don't because you're pissed at them. What if you just never went to that place and you just make up a story? Could you get a gift certificate?
True.
Slim suggested trying Chick-fil-A since we don't agree with their morals, but we do enjoy their food.
Food is delicious.
So I just shot off a little tweet saying I was very, very displeased with the
Getting
service.
updates about this was horrifying. I just want you to know, it's like literally watching the devil guy from Needful Things do his work.
I didn't think it would work, but long story short,
It worked.
I tweeted out some general shit, and then they're like, sorry to hear about that, fill out this form. So I just made up some shit, picked a random location, sent it off. And last night, I think it was, they sent me an email saying that they're sorry to hear about it and they're going to forward it to that location. And then they'll be sending me some shit in the mail for it. And then, I think it's karma, I went to fuck Dunkin' Donuts / Baskin Robbins.
Fuck Dunkin' Donuts.
/ Baskin Robbins. I went there. I like a strawberry smoothie. I love strawberry.
It is delicious.
Strawberry lemonade, strawberry smoothie.
Strawberry everything.
Is the best fruit.
Daryl Strawberry
Fight me.
was the best baseball player.
Exactly. And I used to get one from DQ / Orange Julius. Why does everything have to be 2 things nowadays? Just want one thing.
Because that's actually a trend I've noticed, is that if you look back at like weird foods and stuff like that, for the last like I would say 5 to 7 years, it's been like mixing things together and like mixing flavors together, like getting one thing and getting another thing. I saw some fucking candy at the gas station that was hard candy on the outside and gummy candy on the inside.
Gross.
In fact, I think I actually have some in my bag. Do you want to?
No,
I think I really do.
I don't want anything to do with
I'm
this.
gonna look for this.
On the way back from Minnesota, I stopped at a A&W / Long John Silver's.
Okay, that's an odd combination of 2 really great restaurants, though.
Yeah, and they were training a kid, and it took like 45 minutes to get my food. It was absolutely ridiculous. I got a very messy. Slim produced some trolley sour gummy crunchers. This looks absolutely disgusting.
I want you to pop one in your mouth and try it.
I fucking can't. I hate
Please.
sour. I don't even really like candy, and this looks horrible.
Well, this is
And
gonna
I
make
also have
some-
a wild toothache.
This
so
is
I'm
going to
not
make
gonna
some
add into
god-awful
it.
noises into this microphone.
Yeah, don't do that.
So, those will be for post.
Yeah, post-apocalyptic. So I fucking Dunkin' Donuts. I used to get a fucking strawberry smoothie from fucking. What the fuck is going on right now?
It's the air horn.
All right.
Because one thing I hate is when I make the noise on.
Yeah, I agree. That's not how you hit an air horn. That's why we need a visual component. Yeah, that there. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I'm trying to like flex on it.
Yeah, too much.
Just let me have fun, man. It's like fucking 1 a.m. Just let me be
We
me.
gotta wrap
This is my
shit
time.
up. This is not my time. Daddy's still tired from the weekend.
I am
I've
pretty tired
been
myself.
tired for a week now.
There's one topical thing I wanted to bring up
Hold on.
before we shut it down.
Yeah, we got some shit to get to.
Okay, good.
2 more hours.
Making a Lord of the Rings
used to
marathon.
get a fucking strawberry smoothie from DQ. DQ, bring that shit back. Otherwise, suck a dick. Now I go to Dunkin' Donuts / Baskin Robbins. One of the sides makes a decent strawberry smoothie. I'll accept it. Whatever. Sometimes I want to get it late at night, and they're like, we're not going to make this right now, and it's annoying. So I went on a whim I asked them. If not, I'll just go with the cookies and cream shake. I'm not a hard man to please.
That is my absolute favorite flavor of all time. Always has been.
It's beautiful.
It's the best of both worlds. It's Oreos and ice cream. It's the two best desserts.
Yeah, and I don't like Oreos as a whole. I like it kind of like blended up.
How do you eat your Oreos? Because everyone eats them differently.
I eat the middle and throw the cookie away. I don't know
you're
last
that
time
prick.
I ate an Oreo. I don't like the cookie consistency.
See,
unless
I love
it's
the
in
cookie.
ice cream.
I love
if
the
it's
cookie.
like softened by ice cream, I fuck with it. Just the hard cookie is like a nightmare. I used to legit eat the middles and put the cookie back together when I was a kid and put them back in the package. And
You're a monster.
Hopes no one noticed the main part of the Oreo was gone.
When I was a kid, my mom tells the story all the time. When I was a kid, I was at my grandma's house and she got one of those like nut assortments, you know?
Yeah, she did.
Shut the fuck up. You know, like those, like, you get those weird Christmas things you get.
Yeah.
I, as a child, did not like nuts, but I liked salt. So I sucked all the salt off the nuts and spit them back in the thing.
That's why you don't eat peanuts at a bar.
Hell no. And then I went, and then my mom came to pick me up that day, and she was eating the nuts, and she was like a handful of them in, and my grandma goes, "Don't eat those. Adam sucked all the salt off." She's like, "Why did you just throw them away? Why did you just leave them on the counter?"
What are you doing with this with all sorts of different foods, like an entire ham, and just spitting it out? What do you got to eat? Oh, I sucked the salt off everything.
Picks all the breading off of a Long John Silver's fillet.
You got like chips that you just like a Lay's, and you just slurp a Lay's.
Oh, they get so soggy afterwards.
Oh yeah, you're telling me. Anyway,
God damn.
So I'm
Orange
trying to,
Julius, get a
trying
smoothie.
to get this fucking smoothie at Dunkin' Donuts / Baskin Robbins. They say they have it. We wait in line for like a long time, like 20 minutes, I want to say. At one point, right up against the window, waiting for the shit, a woman and a man emerge from nowhere. The woman comes up and stands behind the car I'm in, just weirdly. And so finally the drive-thru worker like opens up the window and like leans out and it's like, yeah? And she's like, I just got out of the hospital. I thought it was going to be some crazy shit. She's like, I just got out of the hospital. I got strep throat. I lost my papers at a Walmart. Just wanted to let them know I'm not going to make it to work tomorrow. The bitch worked there. And it's like standing in person in the drive-thru in between the car I'm in and the car behind us for like a long period of time. I was like ready to like, oh, this bitch is going to rob us. The dude walks in the bushes. This bitch is here. I'm like, someone's going to rob me and I'm going to fucking kill somebody in the fucking
I'm waiting for
Dunkin'
it.
Donuts drive-thru. So I finally get this fucking smoothie after like 20 minutes and a lot of weird interactions. I always try to like drink it real quick before I pull off because they love to give me the strawberry banana. I don't know why strawberry always has to be with another fruit. It's a standalone fruit.
It's good on its own.
Don't need kiwi. Don't need banana. Don't need any of your shit. Strawberry banana is okay if I'm in the mood, but the bananas.
You got to be in a
really,
breakfast mood for strawberry banana.
The banana just fucking fucks.
It's such a bold flavor because you can't juice a banana properly. You just get like a weird mush out of it.
So I'm like trying to drink it before I pull off, and I can't even get anything out. And then I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's not banana, but it tastes weird. I look at it. There's so much ice in it still. It's like very frothy and disgusting and weird. So I'm like, let me hop on Twitter. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Dunkin' Donuts. I forgot to at Baskin Robbins. Maybe they'd fuck with me. But I'm like, I got like it took the longest time to get possibly the worst smoothie of my life is what I said. And then I wake up to a DM from them and they're like, sorry to hear it took so long. And I'm like,
cold,
are you
ice cold.
Kidding me?
I ain't supporting Dunkin' more now.
So I hit him back and I was like, not so much the weight as the atrocious product that I was given. No response. And I'm like, y'all really gonna let that ride?
Man,
I would need to get at Baskin Robbins and be like, yo, your partner's out here talking reckless on the internet.
They're just putting a lot of disrespect on their name, and they can't just. Baskin can't keep letting that happen. Baskin's a quality product.
This was a genuine one where if they would have given me a gift card or something, I'd have tried it again. But I shot myself.
This is karma.
I shot myself in the foot with the free Chick-fil-A. But you know what? Rather have a Chick-fil-A sandwich than a fucking Dunkin' Donuts smoothie. Fuck you, Dunkin' Donuts.
Fuck you, Dunkin' Donuts. We're
Robbins
Chick-fil-A
too.
fans.
Yeah. People are like, that doesn't even apples to oranges. And I'm like, strawberries.
In Dapper Dad's logic, it does.
So yeah, there's a lot going on out there. I just want everyone to be safe. When you think
be safe from you fucking animal, like causing problems at Dunkin', problems at Chick-fil-A.
I'm just tweeting it out there. But when you think you're gonna get robbed in the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot by a bitch that apparently has strep throat,
I don't want nobody making me a strawberry smoothie and a croissant with a strep throat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want her there either, but that's just I'm like, you could have walked in. I don't know.
I could go for a Corona right now, though. That sounds pretty good.
A Corona?
Coronut, a croissant donut.
I only hear beer. I'm sorry.
I'm only here for the beer.
Yep.
The only topical adventure that I wanted to bring up is that tomorrow night I am joining some friends for an adventure out to Bloods Point.
Well,
Topical.
Yeah, topical.
But
yeah, let's
the friends that I'm
get
going
into this.
Can we get into this?
Yes.
Oh,
Bloods
thank
Point.
God, because I was worried you didn't want me to like get into all the shit about, because I know like tons of stories about it. Yeah. And I have lots of personal stories too.
I have a great one that I think
I got
has
some
finally
fantastic
settled.
ones. Yes.
And it's going to paint me in a negative light like the rest of this
Like the rest of
podcast
this fucking show does. So we're actually going to go out there tomorrow night, and it's been quite a bit of time since I went out there. The last time that I personally had something weird happen with it was I had driven a friend to Chicago because her boyfriend lived there, and she was taking the train. But we hadn't seen each other in a while, and she's like, do you want to just come to the city and like hang out for the night? I was like, fuck yeah, why not? You know? Speaking of Chicago, Drum and I are going to be in Chicago October 14th.
Come fuck with the Dapper Dads Chicago.
So if you want to be part of some Dapper Dad stories, come hang out with us in Chicago. I know I have a friend who goes to school up there. I'm going to be letting him know about it.
Nice.
We don't really have an agenda for the day yet, but
we'll be on Milwaukee Avenue.
Sounds about
my
right.
Spot.
Well,
catch me at shout out Sugar Records. Shout out the Emporium Barcade. Shout out another bar that I've never known the name of, but I go there every time I'm in there. Fucking yeah.
We're going to have a good time.
Richard's Bar. You can still smoke cigarettes in Richard's Bar on Milwaukee Avenue.
We're going.
You think you love it, and then you get in there and you're like, this is why you don't smoke in bars. It's a lot to breathe. And yeah, that place is beautiful.
Oh, man. But I had driven my friend to Chicago, had a fantastic evening, one of the best nights I've ever had in Chicago in my life. Got out of a parking stub because the machine was broken, and so I just drove right underneath it, and I was like, they can ticket my plates. But I never got anything in the mail, so I was like, free pass. Got some egg rolls that night, just fantastic ones over at 3 Coin. Have you ever been there?
No, but I am familiar.
Best shrimp egg rolls I've ever had in my life. You got to order like 30 of them and just like...
Oh, God. I always go to Chinatown. I don't know
Chinatown
how to say it.
Chinatown is the best. Shout out Chinatown.
Zhang fucking... It was in the basement of Chinatown. BYOB. Dumplings to fucking dive.
Oh, man. I think I found some place we got to try to go.
It's so good.
But I was driving back from Chicago, and the way it had me get to Chicago was one way, which was normal. I don't want to say how on the show.
Yeah.
But it was what you would expect from where we live to get to Chicago. On the way back, though, it had me take the entirety of Bloods Point Road. Nice. Like for some reason. And it's weird because I've spent a lot of time out there. Not a lot of time, but I've had a couple different adventures. The best ones that I can touch on. Just a little preface for Bloods Point for anybody who's not familiar with it. The legend of Bloods Point Road came from the Bloods family who had a house all the way down on the end of Bloods Road. That's why it was called Bloods Point Road. And then there's so many different inconsistencies and stories that you read about it. But the 3 main ones that are believed to be like within the realm of possibility for a tall tale about the area is that the witch Beulah is a consistency in the stories, that she was the one who has caused all of this activity to happen on Bloods Point Road. And the general consensus is that it had something to do with either she was jealous of the Bloods family, as in one story I heard is she's jealous because Arthur Bloods had such a beautiful wife and children and stuff, and she was a disfigured witch. I'm serious. That's the story. That's the story.
That's the term. All the
disfigured witch.
All the witches I picture are disfigured.
Well, it's because you watch it like
such a beautiful family, and she was a disfigured witch.
Well, and that's what it was, and she was just really upset. She was just really jealous of the Bloods, and so either
it's also funny that she was really jealous of the Bloods because I just picture the very popular gang, and this disfigured witch is like, they never let me in the Bloods.
Just makes the hand.
Yeah, she's like, her hands are disfigured and they have warts.
And they just make the blood.
They're like, we can't let you in. You have wart fingers. It separates the O's too much.
The blood. I like the story better than the actual story.
I know. I'm gonna start writing this on those weird
blog
haunted forums. Haunted Illinois.
Our paranormal on Reddit.
Yeah.
Just fuck it up.
The witch that couldn't be a blood.
By the Dapper Dads. We'll make it a kid's book.
Oh, hell yeah.
But either she, because one of the famous things is the bridge there on Bloods Point Road. I've had several experiences there, and either what happened on the road was she lured the children under the bridge and showed them that she could make
her witch pussy.
I knew you were going to say this. I could see it coming out of your mouth when I was thinking about talking about this earlier. God damn it.
It was disfigured.
That's
It
disfigured.
scarred all the children. And on a dark night, you can still... Can't even fucking...
I hate you so much. So much. And let's just say the children were rescued by, I don't know, Mo.
I'm back.
Okay, we're back.
Tearing up.
Okay, so she led them under the bridge and showed them that she could make fire appear in her hands as a spell. Shut the fuck up. God damn it, we're gonna have to edit the shit out of this segment. I'm just gonna keep going. She made fire appear from her hands, and it freaked the children out. And because the children got so afraid, she killed the children by hanging them from the bridge. Or she possessed Arthur Bloods with a spell that made him kill his whole family by hanging them from the bridge and then himself. It's one of those two stories. She did something to the Bloods family on the bridge. So one of the things that happens is there's several ghost cars that are on Flora Road, Bloods Point Road, and River Road, that if you take any of these roads in particular, you could be followed by these ghost cars. One is a black truck. The other is an old ass police car, like an old one. There's not really any say or know-how where the police car comes from. The black truck is believed to be the spirit, one of the...
What type of truck?
Just like a black pickup truck.
See,
there's also a semi truck or a work truck that I hear about quite a bit. I've seen the black truck. I've seen the semi truck. I've never seen the cop car before. One time when I was out there,
you will see real cop cars if you're out there around Halloween.
Oh yeah, no, they will.
It is
like that's
and it's a huge thing.
It's a huge thing, and that's why I'm going like now before it gets super bad, because of course Halloween is gonna like fuck with everything. Yeah, but that is the best time to go out there.
Yeah.
And so there's also a ghost train that goes over the bridge because trains don't run over that bridge anymore.
Yeah.
I saw the train one night as I was pulling up to the bridge, and my friend that went tonight said that they kept hearing the train while they were on the tracks getting closer and closer. And they, of course, didn't see anything. They just kept hearing it, and it freaked them out enough that they went back to their car, and that's when they left.
Yeah.
And they felt like the train was like chasing them out of there. And so there's two schools of thought to that. It's either that the train is like a good paranormal spirit, like trying to warn people of stuff and like chase stuff away, or it's a bad paranormal spirit trying to... To me, if it was bad, it would just like do something malevolent, you know?
Yeah.
There was one time I stood under the bridge, and it just, everything sounded kind of dampened, like, you know how when you're underwater and like you can like hear a party going on, but it sounds really dampened.
Yeah,
that's
how he's underwater at parties. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at a pool party or something.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm trying to kill myself.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But that's what it sounded like. Everything was canceled out, and the one time I had there was two times I had things significantly creepy happen. One, I was with 3 other people, and we were going to venture out into the wooded area where there is supposedly
a toilet. There's a toilet broken back there when I used to go.
I have never seen the broken toilet. I've seen the slabs that are out there. Have you seen
the witch's cauldron? Is the toilet.
Have you seen?
If you look deep into it, you might see a witch pussy.
I like this because I take this way too seriously.
Yours is I take it serious too. You never know.
And so we were going out into the woods, and each of us heard something, but when we talked about it later, we each heard a different thing. What I heard was like kind of like a weird growling sound, and it was just like very deep and guttural, but then someone else that was there heard something that was very high pitched and screaming like, and then the other person heard something that was more like, it sounded like a coyote howl, they said. And so it was just this weird inconsistency that happened. And then there was one other time I went out there, and it was the 3 of us. There was 3 of us that went out there, and we hopped over the fence. We went into the wooded area, and one person can you just tell me what you're laughing about? Because I can't take it. I can't keep doing this story. Drama is dying over here on the other half of the studio. He is what, witch pussy? Thinking about witch pussy?
No, when you were thinking about the noises, I was gonna say it was just witches moaning, but I was trying to keep it professional. And then you were like, and one was real low, and one was real high pitched, and I just couldn't do it. Sorry, Lord. I'm going through a lot.
I don't even know if I can tell this next one without you making a thing out of it. What happened was we were in the woods. One of the persons that I was with said they saw something moving in the trees. I didn't really see anything, but it did like freak me out that they were so convinced about it, you know? And then I heard laughing coming from out in the woods, like cheering and laughing, but like not like a crowd or anything like that, but like people, like it sounded maniacal is the best way that I can describe it, and it felt maniacal. And that's what a lot of it is when you go out there. It's like the way things feel out there, you know, like things either feel like very heavy or they feel very strange or they feel very dark. And just hearing whatever that was back in the woods just like triggered something in my brain. It was like, I don't want to figure out what that is. Yeah. And so we just got in the car and left. But I've been out there on several handfuls of times where I've had weird
several handfuls
of witch pussy.
Real quick to jump in before we wrap it up. I always heard that the story on the bridge was that a school bus of kids like drove off.
That is a second one. There's a different bridge there.
Okay.
The railroad tracks run underneath the bridge. Now, the theory is that you can take your car out there, put it in neutral, turn all the lights off, and your car will be pushed. Yes. And you'll hear children laughing or like children running or talking. And if you put like powdered sugar or like flour on the car, they'll leave handprints on the car. I've never had an experience with that. The biggest problem with that is that bridge is on Bloods Point Road where it's actually like busy. Yeah. And so if you stay there in neutral for too long, like you'll see headlights coming from one point and then like you look fishy as fuck turning your headlights on and driving off, you know?
Yeah. All the times I went up there was with a bunch of idiots. And one of the specific times with that bridge was someone was following us because it's kind of weird to figure out where it is. Yeah. And we pull up to that bridge and we're going like fucking fast. It's back roads. And he's like, oh shit, it's the bridge, and throws his car into neutral while someone's following us and like waits. And it was so close to just like
colliding.
Yeah. And he goes, oh shit, and sped off. And we were like, what the fuck? So we didn't take enough time with that. And then like the actual cemetery part, we drove.
I saw something in the cemetery one time.
Yeah. We went several times, and like it's, for context, it's like a very small cemetery. And
it looks bigger in photographs, but when you actually drive by it, it's super small.
It's so small, and you're not really like supposed to drive in it. It's like one of those ones. The
farmer will actually come out with a gun if you're on the property after dark. So just as a PSA on here,
don't go to this.
Don't listen to our stories and think it sounds cool. We shouldn't have been doing this. We shouldn't be doing this. This is all
alleged anyway.
This is until proven otherwise.
For reference, you don't drive into the cemetery, because I was with someone who drove into the cemetery and hit a headstone and knocked it over, which is a pretty big deal. Yeah. And I think it's like, they say it's like a lot of years of bad luck. And I think I'm finally getting over that, because this is probably like over a decade ago. It was probably like,
There was one time we were driving by and I just really quickly like looked back and I saw, it looked like somebody kneeling by one of the tombstones. Like I could have just been like seeing shit, you know, like really quick.
The last time I went up there, I don't even think we really got out, because on the side of the road right up there, I saw something, and the person with me saw something. And then it was one of those things where you're like, no. And then it was like just a very creepy vibe. And sometimes I do get a little bitch made with it.
No, I turn into like, I don't want anybody to think that like I'm out here being like a cool ghost hunter fucker. I get so scared. And I get terrified when I go out and do this shit. The whole vibe
sketched me out, and then we drove back, and I remembered specifically where I saw it. And I was thinking maybe it was just like, I don't know, literally anything on the side of the road. It was in front of like one of the houses. Yeah. And there was nothing there. And then I was like, oh, this is sketchy. Yeah. The other thing is, I was driving with shout out Matt one time. I got when I got pulled over and I couldn't drive, I had to get my car back here. And wherever I was at, the way I went back, we were around Bloods Point, and I had the GPS and I put it, or he was in my car, driving my car back. So we look at it, and I'd never even realized that area was where Bloods Point was, because as a kid going out there, it seemed so far away. But then when you realize now where it is, you're like, oh, that makes more sense in context. So he pointed on the GPS, and it's like 3 roads intersect there, like a.
It's River Road, Bloods Point Road, and Flora Road.
Yeah, let's give it to all the kids. Yeah. And so he pointed, and he was like, "Is that Bloods Point?" And when he pointed at the GPS, the name Bloods Point Road spun around a bunch of times, and we both just looked at each other, and we were like, "That was fucking weird." Like, I've never seen my GPS spin a name around, and that was probably one of the weirdest things that's happened. Like all the times I went out there, it was just stupid. Yeah, I feel like everyone didn't like take it serious enough. and then it does.
No, that's my
there's
like
things
when I
where it
go
gets
out there,
weird.
I take it super seriously.
Yeah, I went
like
with
I'm really
idiots
about
who
like
didn't
finding
take
things.
it serious, and it's an interesting thing to do.
I won't
don't
condone
do
it.
it.
No,
Yeah.
we will not
The
condone
cops
doing.
will-
Like, that's your
are-
thing. Like, yeah, it's like fun to do this shit, but like, don't risk
Yeah.
getting arrested.
There's plenty
Don't-
of places you can go to that are a little bit more chill. than,
Yeah, there's actually one place I went to that was out past Davis Junction, like in between all that farmland where it's like Rochelle and DJ there, you know? And it's this house, it's just abandoned out there. And me and my friends, we drove up to it because we wanted to see if we could get inside and just see what's going on in there. Mm-hmm. But when you get up the driveway, this is something I've noticed at Blood's Point too, where if you drive down that road, the trees kind of grow over the road. If the farther you got up the driveway, there was trees and they started growing down, but then it was growing down till like it was a point where it was maybe like this high where you could walk through it.
Yeah.
And thinking about it now, it's like giving me the creeps because like it just felt so odd there because it was like, what is small enough that is going through whatever that entrance is? Because you could like look through it and see where you could get through at some point, and it's like, what is using that regularly? That because like it was too big.
Bitch pussy.
Just crawling along like a face hugger. Just
yeah, I can't do this.
it was just weird. It creeped everybody out that was with us, and we didn't end up going through it because the last thing I want to do is get like stuck crawling through something like that, and then like have a ghost witch pussy just come out and just slap me in the face.
Oh god, that's what no one wants to happen.
The only thing I want to do at the end of the episode here is we got some really positive feedback, so I just wanted to give some of the feedback out and recognize some of the people that did it. I got a very great compliment from a close friend of mine who said that they do not like podcasts at all. But because of my involvement, they wanted to listen to this one. They now listen to it every week when it comes out. And one of their favorite things to do is to get really, really high at home and then roll up a blunt and then
roll up a big fat
doobie and then drive around and listen to the podcast and smoke the doobie.
That's beautiful. We can't condone that.
We can't condone it. Allegedly.
But we love you.
But we love you and we appreciate your enthusiasm for the show.
It's beautiful.
The other feedback I got from someone today is that they were making Jell-O shots while listening to the show.
That's my type of
And
person.
they said that it was
Save one for
incredibly
me.
appropriate. They
I like to tongue them out real sexually. Sometimes they're hard to get out and you're just tongue fucking a shot in a Madison parking
at least you
garage.
let people know what you're about.
Yep. What I wanted to say, I was going to say it up top and I forgot, but we are on YouTube now.
Yes,
all of them.
We had some issues. But
Yeah, we had some
we've got
issues
them fixed.
before we really put it out there. I didn't realize, but yeah, everything's good to go. I have a story to tell about the YouTube, but I'm just going to save it for the next one at this point because I want it to be heard. We're also on Bandcamp because I had some people who were like, don't have iPhones. I guess the Google Play thing is a fucking nightmare. I tried to help someone in a bar, and I was
know,
like,
and it was impossible.
Never mind.
Like, it's
Just
so
don't
hard
even
to
listen
do.
to us. Why is it like that?
I have no idea, but like Google
like-
Play, get it together. Come on,
Yeah,
like
it's
we would
fucking
really like to
crazy.
support your
I'm
service,
like, just
but
search,
like,
and they're like, this is like just other shit. And then I
Yeah,
looked
they
at
can't
it at
find
home
it.
so I could tell people, and I'm like, okay, this seems like way too much work.
Mm-hmm.
And then Stitcher, I don't understand. And that seems
if
like,
you're listening to us on Stitcher, email us and let us know how it works.
yeah, and that
'cause we
seems
don't
like
know.
a very podcast thing. Like, you're already deep into podcasts.
Yeah.
I've never used Stitcher. SoundCloud, we're no longer moving forward with it because you only get so much time. And
Okay.
for our third episode already went over the time.
Yeah,
And what
so-
they do with each new episode is just hide the oldest one. So I'm going
And I
to
don't
make
wanna
it
do
to where
that.
the
I wanna-
first two are up there and make it clear that we have more. And if like we've gotten like a handful of plays on there, if anything, if we keep going forward and it becomes bigger, then I'll put the money towards the unlimited uploads a month.
Right,
But
yeah.
right now I'm not trying to spend more
we
money.
still have
'cause we're-
zero sponsors.
Yeah, we're still
Probably because we put so many
Hemorrhaging
places
money.
on blast.
I mean, we keep it real. Eventually someone will recognize that. But we're on
Hopefully.
Bandcamp. It's fucking beautiful. You can play
So
it from
check
your
us out on
phone.
Bandcamp as
They're all
always.
single tracks. It's real nice quality. Like that's equally as good as SoundCloud for me.
Yeah. As always,
So-
check us out on iTunes.
Yeah, iTunes
On
I
your
always
Apple
think
device.
is like the main thing, but
Yeah.
I know other people.
Whenever I pull it
don't
up to
use
people,
that.
I always show them how to do it on the phone.
Yeah,
because
so-
that's just the easiest way to check us out. But with YouTube now, I actually was talking to several people who told me that they would be interested in listening to it on YouTube.
Yeah, I
because
realized that.
they like, they play video games, just have like YouTube going in the
Yeah.
background, so it's nice to have. One thing I did want to say is that one of our first subscribers to the channel was a friend of mine who goes by Atho Games on YouTube, AHTHO Games, where he does like game streaming and stuff like that. And so he's supporting the show by checking us out and stuff like that. So he wanted me to check out some of the creative stuff he did on here, and I know we were looking for creative stuff to check out. So if you're looking for that, look up his channel, look up some streams. One of his videos has 10,000 views, which is more than we've ever gotten.
Yeah, more than we'll ever get.
Yeah, exactly.
But
so check his stuff out.
I think we're accessible now, so iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, Bandcamp.
Tell your friends.
If there's anything else that people use, just holler at us. I got time to upload it.
Yeah, we'll make time for you. We want to have our material accessible to everybody.
Yeah, literally everywhere. And yeah, dapperdads@gmail.com for anything and everything.
Anything and everything. We will literally talk about anything. The only other thing that someone brought up was that the guy whose story I told in the beginning, he wanted us to talk about Hobson, but we both can't fucking stand Hobson. So we're not even going to talk about it. Because we don't. Sorry, Lemmy. We just didn't want to talk about Hobson.
We didn't want to tell you this way, but
it's just
you can pitch us anything, but
it doesn't mean that we're going to like it and talk about it.
So, I mean, it's a gamble, but
so like we could talk about it, but we might shit all over something that you like.
So I mean,
the only thing I can say for Hobson was the only thing relevant to him that made me notice it recently was that someone said Denzel Curry is the new Hobson, and I was like, I don't agree with that opinion.
No,
Hobson is.
We're gonna leave it at that before we slander too much. But yeah, check us out on everything. Email us, Facebook page, like that shit. 5-star reviews only on everything.
And as always, thank you for listening.
Yes,
thank you for supporting us.
We love you.
We love you. You make the dream work. Stay dapper.
Which pussy?
God damn it.